All right, welcome to today's lesson, Wednesday, October 28th. And today's lesson is about movement. However, before we start with today's lesson, let's briefly recap yesterday's lesson by looking at the exit ticket. So let's look at the first question. Where were the Dakota primarily located in the U.S.? 84% of you got this right. They were located primarily in Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, and Nebraska. And I actually skipped one question. Here we go. True or false? Those spread out across different landscapes. Landscapes means some areas are a little more grassy, other areas have more trees. So, although spread out across different landscapes, all Dakota groups considered themselves part of one large nation called the Dakota Oyate. That is true. They were considered to be part of one nation. A nation just means a group of people who share something in common. And because the Dakota shared many things in common, including their language, what they believed in, where they lived, they are considered a nation. Which of the following three dialects are part of the Dakota language? And that is Dakota, Lakota, and Nakota. The word dialect is a little interesting. Dialect basically means that people use different words in the same language, or maybe they spell the same word differently depending on where you live. The best example I can think of is the word pop. When you think of the word pop, most of you probably are thinking Mountain Dew, Coca-Cola. However, not everyone in the United States uses the word pop. In fact, some place like New York might use the word soda, and in fact, in Texas, they might use the word cola. So although all three places are part of the United States and they use the same language, English, some words are different. What is kinship? Kinship means a close connection with a family member, and I see that 67% of you got that right. And kinship is interesting. It really just means that you believe that strong relationships with people is important. And think about that. If you're Dakota, that probably makes a lot of sense. Your survivalhood depended on how well you treated other people. Because if someone you treated poorly, in other words, let's say you treated someone very poorly and then it's winter and you can't find any meat, do you think that person that you've been mean to is going to provide you any food? Probably not. However, if you have a close connection with that person and you get along with them, maybe they will share your food. So kinship really just means having a close connection with people, and kinship was very important for the Dakota because it did provide stability and it also provided survivalhood. So now let's go back to the study guide. All right. Wednesday, you're going to view the slideshow to learn about the importance of the early Dakota. Then you're going to answer the questions in the red boxes below. First question, why didn't many of the early Dakota move around so much? Hint, it has to do with an animal. The second question, how would your life be different if you moved as much as the Dakota did hundreds of years ago? So think about that. How would your life be different if you had to move a lot? The next part of the study guide is going to ask you for something specific. You are going to combine the following pairs of words into a sentence to show the connection between them. Look at the example in blue to help you. So here's the example. You have two words. One word, oral history. The other word, elders. You have to use those two words and connect them in a way that shows that you understand what both words mean. So here is an example. Dakota elders taught oral history to the young people by telling stories about the past. You have to do that with the following three pairs of words. Travois and quiver. Connect those two words in a sentence and type that sentence here. Next pair of words, human capital and income. Type the sentence here. And the last pair of words, generosity and respect, type them in a sentence and connect them and type that sentence here. When you're done with that, you should be done with Wednesday's lesson of the study guide. And remember to complete the exit ticket. And if you have questions, please let me know. Otherwise, good luck with today's lesson.